our next speaker, John Shearman, who's our Vice President for Marketing and the lead for Cannabis.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to speak to you about our new cannabis business. What I saw what's going on in the textile business, I've been here for 4 years now. It's amazing where we've come mainland in a short period of time on that. We're going to take that energy and go into our cannabis business. So joining me today is Jason Warnock, the CEO of Theracan International. And Jason's been traveling all over the world. So Jason, we really, truly appreciate you parachuting in here and joining us in person today. Thank you. And also, I'd just like to personally thank you and the team for the last 2 years. The collaboration of bringing both of our platforms together and be able to put together our Edge platform that we both go to market together is just an amazing feat over the last 2 years. We started last June to come out publicly into the marketplace. We started an awareness program and a demand campaign. We went to a bunch of industry trade shows at the end of last year to get feedback on how they perceived the Edge platform at that time. Jason, how many conversations have we had, right? I mean, it was amazing. And as you can see behind me, all the different use cases that we spoke to with the cultivators, the processors, the dispensaries, the government agencies, the countries as a whole. And by doing that and having that drumbeat, we continue that drumbeat right now. Jason and his team have been going literally around the world to all these major companies and major trade shows in all these different countries. And the amount of pipeline we have right now, we have people at the top of the funnel, we have people in the middle of the funnel, we have a lot of opportunities on the bottom. We're cultivating those every day out there. It's very exciting. People are excited. We gained a ton of insights back there. We're going to be launching a lot of these different use cases that you see behind me. So I'm going to turn it over now to Jason, and he's going to give you his perspective on what's going on in the global landscape and how we're going to take the Edge platform and be able to help companies get to that next level in the cannabis industry. Jason.
Thanks, John. Thank you very much, everyone, and thanks, Jim, for inviting me and John for having me here. It's really a super exciting time for this industry. I think just to give you a little perspective, Theracan has actually been around for about 2004 is when we started. We've been in this industry for many years. We originally were formed in Canada. Canada started their medical cannabis program, and actually in 2001. So there was a program that existed starting in 2001. By 2004, we were more in the laboratory and the assessment management side. By 2008, we really started to invest in infrastructure in what is commonly termed as seed to sale. You'll see the cannabis industry is rife with this terminology. Essentially, seed to sale as it exists today is a siloed approach to understand each point of the supply chain, that each segment understands its inventory control so that it can report to the government body of what their inventory is and what they've done with their materials, be it through disposal, be it through conversion to a product, or be it through the agricultural system. We realized early in 2008 that the system was essentially broken. There was no way to communicate through a process where you have many cultivators, many distributors, many manufacturers, all sharing product. I was at a presentation this week with a group out of New York, and they said that counterfeiting has now reached 80% of the brands in the U.S. today. So coming on, Steve was talking about the intellectual property, the value of brand protection in the industry has now been eroded to the point that most brands in the cannabis space are essentially being counterfeited. The big problem in counterfeiting in this area is probably laced with pesticides, probably have different contaminants in there, and it creates a very major problem for governments trying to organize this. Essentially, you also have an entire huge economy of illicit production simultaneously growing as fast as the industry is, which creates this really strong burden on any industry looking to tax this and bring this in. So Theracan really began the process in 2008 and began the process of looking at seed to sale and the integration of both financial control and physical veracity of the product supply chain. We reached out to Applied DNA, I think maybe end of 2015, and began the process of investigating this great product that you've all heard all about from the textile industry. Could we then integrate this into our seed to sale applications? As a global footprint and as a global company, our interests include in Australia, in Germany, in Africa, in Latin America, in North America, and in Asia. certainly this supply chain required a better solution. So over the course of years, and John was just talking about how we've been refining the delivery methods and looking at different use cases. One of the challenges in this industry is that everyone does something a little different. The one cultivator that you would go to does something different than their partner that does something different than the manufacturer. So each use case has to be a little bit dependent on the particular style of what they're manufacturing. For us, this really becomes the Edge BioTrace model. Edge BioTrace is the electronic traceability for cannabis and hemp and provides an overlay to the existing seed-to-sale marketplace. Unlike, though, let's say, for textiles, we have a significant advantage. Every single entity who is considering some form of legalization, be it medical, be it recreational, requires a seed-to-sale manufacturer, has to be involved in the process. So we have the opportunity in every market globally to enter in this type of technology, and we plan to take advantage of that. So many people focus on what we sometimes address as the smokable market, the adult use market, and people sometimes, whatever your particular affiliation to that, it's chased some people. But to us, the industry is much, much larger. When we consider, if you understand the science behind the cannabinoids, there are 130 cannabinoids in the cannabis plant today. We're very familiar with THC and CBD, and everyone is rushing towards the hemp production, and everyone's looking at different things. But a milligram of THCV today is $100,000 a milligram of production. That just opens the opportunity for people to look at illicit supply, for shortcuts in the production cycle, and other things. As larger and larger industries advance on this, be it cosmetics, be it veterinary, be it beverage, be it all these different ones, pharmaceutical, the need to have a supply chain integrity becomes more and more important. At TerraCann, we certainly started this process in earnest a number of years ago, and we've made significant advancements and investment into applied DNA science because we believe this technology not only propels the existing market and helps governments better regulate their existing models, it looks to the future of what this industry really provides. Essentially, I've heard great comments. Again, cannabis I'm not an aficionado. It's never my passion that I wanted to get in this business. As the overwhelming amount of science and everything was progressing, I began to understand that this was an inevitable position. And I've heard some people, I like the medicine, but I don't want to do this. Essentially, there are two positions, the binary approach to this industry. Either you're for regulation in some form or another, or you're for the black market. There is no middle position on this. If you're going to be in a position of regulating this economy, you need to have smarter, better ways to activate this market space. Or you're frankly for the black market and you're supporting illegal activity across the board. We at TerraCann think our partnership with Applied DNA Science puts us in the forefront of this industry. Older technologies like RFID, barcoding, and everything are being counterfeited at the site today, multiple locations around the world. This technology, combined with our own technology, which is in the integration of the seed-to-sale and a non-dependable distributed ledger, or essentially a blockchain that protects the integrity of both physical veracity of the product and the legitimate and that electronic record, provides us what we think is the most foundational change to this industry at the present time. Thanks very much.